My name is Ramesh Thadani, and I'm the Vice President of the Asia Pacific region for the Graduate Management Admission Council, or GMAC. We're a non-profit organization, an association of leading business schools around the world. We own and administer the GMAT test, the Graduate Management Admission Test, used by almost 5,000 programs around the world to assess students for entry into the MBA program. With me today is my colleague Ashok Sarathy, the Vice President of the GMAT program at GMAC. Ashok has an engineering degree from Bangalore and an MBA from the University of Rochester. Welcome, Ashok.
Thank you, Ramesh. It's a pleasure being here. These are certainly interesting and exciting times for people who are interested in a graduate management degree, as well as new MBA graduates.
Ashok, this morning we'd like to talk about the trends in the MBA, some information that might be useful to our listeners, and in particular, what the job prospects are. As you know, the last 2 years, business leaders, MBA students, have been vilified in the media, in the press, and across dinner tables and blamed for the economic downturn of the past 2 years. And of course, there were a few rotten apples in that barrel. But for the most part, we're looking to see that the MBA leadership of the future is what's going to take us out through the downturn and strengthen the economic future of the world.
You're absolutely right, Ramesh. In fact, some of the data that we've seen from the graduate management admission test volumes over these last years actually bear out to that. We are a test that's actually accepted by nearly 4,800 programs around the world. And last year, we actually had a banner year in testing volumes. Nearly 266,000 tests were taken throughout the world. And this year, we've seen pretty strong volumes as well. And there are a few reasons for that. For example, applications essentially went up as the economy went down, especially for traditional MBA programs. In the event of this international economic crisis, it spotlighted the need for exceptional as well as ethical students to take charge of managing some of these corporations. And so that increased the demand for graduate management education. People who had thought about postponing their decisions about a higher degree now started reconsidering their decisions. As well as women and men who unfortunately were laid off during this recession thought, why not get myself a higher degree or a graduate management degree to help prepare myself for when the market turns around.
So what does it look like then, Ashok, for the job prospects for the MBA today?
That's certainly a concern of most students as well as their families. And we conduct surveys of both recent graduates as well as corporate recruiters. And the recent results are very promising. For example, recent graduates from MBA programs are a lot more excited about their career prospects than they were a year ago, and for good reason. They believe that their skills that they've gained at graduate business school will better prepare them for the future. Also, corporate recruitment on campus is on the rise, and some schools have actually reported that corporate recruitment is nearly at the levels from when they were before the recession. In fact, our most recent corporate recruiter survey told us that 55% of corporate recruiters said they would certainly hire MBA graduates, which is up from 50% a year ago. And corporate recruiters are also saying that they'll pay MBA graduates higher salaries. In fact, the average salary for an MBA graduate last year was about $90,000.
That's all very encouraging, Ashok, but tell me, are there sectors of the economy that are particularly buoyant? I know I have a background and I spent my pre-GMAC career in the pharmaceutical industry, and I know that the healthcare industry bodes well for the future.
And that certainly is something that we're seeing. Additionally, we're also seeing that candidates who are interested in these Master of Management programs, which are one-year programs, are seeing a lot of opportunities in consulting, in energy, in utilities, and I've also heard stories about candidates interested in jobs or getting jobs in finance and accounting. So what this tells us is, and all of these results are coming from about 2,000 companies that have actually taken this survey in about 57 countries. So the results are worldwide. And what it essentially tells us is that while the job market is cyclical, the value of graduate management education is more permanent, and there certainly is value in getting that degree to help your career prospects down the line.
So now, tell me, Ashok, as we talked about worldwide, I know for the past 3 years that I've been with GMAC, I've traveled extensively, particularly to India and China. The students there are on par with the best in the world. The economic center of gravity, as you know, is shifting to that part of the world. So what do you see as trends for the future in those two markets?
And the data that we've been getting from GMAT testing volumes bears out exactly what you've just seen. India and China are both of our fastest growing markets in the world outside the US. And so, in India especially, we're seeing tremendous growth. In